Hey drivers, thanks for checking in. Hope you can hear me okay. I'm at a VW show right now, specifically the Bulli Brigade meet. So we'll be seeing that here in just a moment. Lots of cool stuff coming up here for what will probably be a fairly quick live stream. I am in fact sitting in Dweezil at the show. I've got some friends around me and some cool cars to check out. Also, we'll be checking out Hanksters Hot Rods, which is hosting this show. So if you like domestic muscle cars and so on, definitely stick around for that. There's some solid gold inside this place, and we're just going to have to check that out too. But let's go ahead and take a look. Thanks for joining me here. Let me spin the camera around so I can see your comments as we go. There's Just Buggin' coming in to say hey. Hey! How you doing, man? Getting some good footage?
Yeah, getting some good footage. Ready for this cruise, right?
That's right, yeah. We're going to be doing a cruise here. We're in the Daytona area. We're going to do a cruise through the loop that you saw on that video just a few moments ago. So that's going to be fun a little bit later after we're done with our live stream and checking out this show here. So let's get to it. All right, let me get back with the chat. Hey there, Ron. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Yeah, the red-haired crew. Thanks for that, Greg. So here's a look at the parking lot where Bulli Brigade is being held this year. We were here last October for Bulli Brigade as well. You know, one thing about Bulli Brigade is it's usually an early show, but thankfully the ones that have been in the spring associated with Nodo were not quite as early. So that's given us a little bit of activity here, right? Usually it'd be kind of wound down by now, but there's still some folks here. It's about 11:20 here time and still a whole lot going on. So pretty cool show. Here's a look at Dweezil as he sits in the show parking lot. Now Dweezil's of course a bug and not the focus of this show. It's all about the split window buses. So we'll take a look at those. I did happen to walk in the swap meet and found another one of these fuel pumps. I just love these things. I've got plenty and I didn't need it, but I really like these fuel pumps, and I have a video planned for rebuilding one of these. In my opinion, they're the best one. And so we're going to rebuild one of those and put it in Dweezil to replace the one that I was suspecting was the problem when we broke down in that last video there. So I see some folks have joined. It's great to have you with us. Thanks for jumping in. We're at Bulli Brigade. Great to see you, Hubertus. Thanks for popping in. And Frank, hey man, I'll see you at Nodo. You know, we had an arrangement where I was supposed to bring my porta-tool, my line boring bar. I forgot it, so I apologize for that. But we'll see to it at some time in the future here. It'll be cool. But all right, so enough of Dweezil. A buddy here next to me has a turbo, not a turbo, a supercharger bug. Check this thing out. I walked up to him and I said, you know, I know nothing about these things. Well, I said turbos, right? I know nothing about these turbos. And he goes, well, yeah, it's not a turbo. I'm like, see, I don't know anything about them. But definitely a cool bug and fun to put some hot parts on it like that. No window wizards. I'm not sure. You're gonna have to help me out with that one, Ronald. I'm sure it's something cool though. All right, so we're gonna take a little walk around here at the show. Ran into a couple of people. I'm gonna keep my eye out for them so we can chat with them if we get the opportunity. Like I mentioned, we're here in Daytona, and true to form, the first thing that I wanted to do was check out the swap meet. So we came over here. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Dug through some parts.
Hey, guys.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Hey, bro.
What's your name? Lance. Brent. Nice to see you again, too.
Yeah, so you later.
Yeah, we got the bug here. You might be on a live stream. I should have asked before. Very good. How's the swap meet going for you?
A little slow, but good.
All right. You going to be in Nodo tomorrow?
Absolutely.
There you go. That'll be a very busy swap meet. Right?
Yes, it is. It always is.
Very cool. Well, I'll come dig through your stuff again.
Yes, sir.
I can't help myself.
All right.
Good seeing you, Lance. Thank you, buddy. All right, so you might have caught that this is the Nodo weekend, the Nodo VW show. We did this. Got to see it. we did this last October. That was kind of a catch-up show because of COVID and all that stuff. But now we're back on schedule with the spring, late April, early May Noto time. And tomorrow, special announcement here. I'll be part of a pretty big live stream that's going on, much bigger than my humble little channel. We're going to have somebody that you might recognize behind me. That's Gary from VW Jawbreaker. That's his boy Levi there. Going to be hanging out with Levi a little bit later to do an interview for his channel, which I'm really looking forward to. CT, if you recognize that YouTube channel, you know, just a small channel on YouTube. So he'll be with us. So it'll be myself, Gary, and CT on the ground at Noto. It'll be on Rob Stapleton's channel. About to get run over here. So check out Rob Stapleton's channel tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. for the Noto VW show live stream. Yours truly will be on it. We'll also have Jason from JW Classic VW, and Slade's VW will be with us. So we're like going nationwide here, right? We got folks from Texas and folks from Pennsylvania, and maybe a few surprise guests along the way, which will be a lot of fun. So 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, definitely check out the Noto VW show live stream over on my buddy Rob's channel. Okay, let's get to it. Let's take a look at some of the buses that we see here at Bulli Brigade. See some more folks have joined us. Thanks so much for coming in. Here's the gentleman that gave me that awesome deal on the fuel pump. Thank you very much. I think this is his V-dub here. I think we call this a fastback, yeah? That's pretty sweet. Gonna swing you around here. Sorry for the quick pan. So a mixture of models, but it's really about these guys right here. So who would like to have one of these in the garage? That's what I call a retirement plan. Yep, you end up with one of these, you're done. You're all set. Right in front of us actually is a sweet double cab. This one's lowered a bit. It's got the Safari everything. I'm a little concerned, y'all. I smell electrical fire. I don't see anything, but gonna keep an eye out. Hopefully it's not me. I've brought a pretty big battery pack that's in my pocket, so I'll know pretty quick if it's me. Nice, nice 23 window and a double cab. So y'all let me know if you smell anything. I'm gonna jump back into the chat here. Hey there, Hubertus, good afternoon as well. Greg from Backyard Comedy asked, what's the meaning of the name Noto? No, they don't charge. They charge vendors and sponsors and advertisers, but they don't charge any of us. All right, the folks who want to come and enjoy the show, and those of us that show our vehicles in the show, it's free for all of us. So it's the Noto VW show. It's a different approach and a very popular one at that. Well, that smells getting kind of strong here. Checking me. It's not me, I don't think. But yeah, that's what Noto means, is that it's free to come and enjoy. No admission price, no cost for showing your vehicle either. It's a pretty cool idea. And it's like you just want to be part of something cool, right? And that is totally our approach with the live stream tomorrow. We just want to be involved with something cool. We were all excited to do it. Rob was willing to handle all the switching and directing duties. You know, there's a little bit of tech that goes into a live stream involving more than one person, and so we appreciate Rob's efforts there. And we're just all doing it for funsies, right? So gotta love that approach to a VW show. The other methods are legit too, but this one's kind of special, and I think it's really, really caught on. I'm expecting a really big show tomorrow. This is Pete's bus, one of our regulars here, super cool guy, and a lot of fun. I think we looked at his bus at the Noto show last October, if you caught that live stream. Lots of personal touches here. good example of how much fun we have with our cars, right? We just make them ours. He drives the socks off of this thing. He's always at the shows. He camps in it. Got a pretty sweet little Honda there too. Hey, Pete. Hey, how you doing? That looks like a lot of fun. The whole thing. Nice stuff. So no shortage of cool buses here. Thanks, Hubertus. There are some really nice Beetles and buses here, particularly the split windows, of course. I think they call this one a camp mobile. They don't all hinge in the front or the back. Some of them hinge on the side, give you a little bit of headroom in there. You see what looks like an original tent and the place to be. So you see it all here, right? You get the lowered ones, you get the factory accurate restos, you get stock height VWs, personalized custom VWs. One of the cool things about a VW show is you can have your preference, whatever it may be, because somebody there is representing. Another lowered splitty here. Lowered and narrowed, it appears. This one as well. We see this guy a lot. This one's around a lot, and it's a fun bus too. I think I just got in somebody's picture. Let me know if you want me to give you a closer look at anything. I guess let's check out this interior here. No need to get in a hurry, right? Woo! Very clean. That's all right. Greg asks if Project Vandemic is completely finished. You know how VWs are. They're never finished. But for now, Project Vandemic is a driver. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I'll probably just enjoy it like it is. I have this situation with some of the metal work. It's going to need some of the areas that this bus needs, maybe up here on the rain gutter as well. And so that's cool. We can do metal work, but that means we're going to pull all the windows out of it. At that point, it's no longer a daily driver. Have to do all the metal work. Might as well go ahead and do the paint work. And then it's quite the investment on the seals too. So I'm not opposed to doing all of that, but I kind of need to plan, right? A little bit of project management will go into that one in terms of budget and the commitment of time while the bus is down. I'm definitely in a season now where I like to keep the cars on the road. I've had cars in the garage and parked for a long time, and that's been a good time to accumulate parts and come up with my plan and learn and share and all of that. But now I'm kind of to a point where I do all of those things, but prioritize keeping them on the road. So Project Vandemic will probably stay on the road for the short term anyway, before we really give it the treatment it deserves and preserve it more fully. Here's an interesting one. So who knows what model this is? If I was being careless, I'd blurt out a Type 3, but I think this is a Brazilian model here. Let's take a look back here, see if we can see the model. There you go, something a little unique for us. And a brand new factory fresh thing. I'm pretty sure that's the way they came off the showroom floor. Could be wrong about that. There you go, Serge. Thank you. Yeah, Brasilia. Maybe you can correct my pronunciation there, but Brasilia, Godzilla, something like that. How you doing? Very cool thing. Another lowered bug. So check out the rope on the bumper. I'm not exactly, hey, how you doing? I'm not exactly the coolest cat, right? So I don't know all the very cool things, but that's pretty cool, right? What's the origin of the ropes on the bumper? Usually you see something stylistically that catches on. It might actually have its roots in a practical purpose. So if anybody knows the roots of having the rope on the front bumper of a Beetle, I'd be interested to know, and I don't mind if it shows how out of touch I can be. But then, everybody knows this guy here, right? This is Gary's VW Jawbreaker, representing at the show. Good number of Beetles. Here's a nice representation of a Ghia here. You can see off in the distance there, behind the yellow bug, that's Dweezil hanging out. And check back into chat. This is pretty cool, everybody. Love sharing this with you all. Thanks for hanging out during our live stream here this morning. You know, I kind of had to shake the cobwebs off a little bit. It's been since, I guess, Bug Jam last November that I did a live stream. And so this is giving me a great opportunity to reconnect with you all, kind of revitalize the channel a little bit, and get a dry run for the live stream that we'll be doing tomorrow. I'm excited about that one too. But okay, let me know if there's anything you want to see more of. Until then, pending that, let's go inside and check out some of the hot rods and so on that we have in here. I hope nobody's opposed to that. I like those too, right? We focus on VWs these days at Haptic Garage, but there's some other cool cars out there. My exposure to domestic classic car era vehicles is, of course, the RV. Has a 454 in it, so I have a big block Chevy that I work on every now and then. So I have an appreciation for the Brigade again this year. Be ready to be blown away. This is a pretty cool situation. So if you needed a nice showroom to park a bunch of classic cars, what kind of an old building would you look for? I know. How about a roller rink? Hey, there he is. So check this out. I like roller rinks too, but if we had to repurpose one, this is not a bad way to do it. Not a VW, but that'd be fun to cruise around, right? We've got Mustangs, Camaros, square bodies. There's some VWs here too. Got some buggies and a Beetle that we'll check out. But all beautifully restored hot rods. There's a square body there. I'm one of the types that likes the Fords and the Chevys. I don't really pick sides in that regard. I like Model A's. So spoiler alert, we might see some Model A's on the channel in the distant future. I like the square body Chevy trucks. I really enjoy my 454 in the Mosey home. There's a later model Mustang. Camaro. That's from the era that I really like the most of the Camaros. Say a 69, 70, somewhere in there. Those are the coolest Camaros to me. That's beautiful. Looks fast. Another later Mustang here. Okay, VW folks, here it is. We've got our lineup of buggies here. Last time I was here, I was out in the parking lot and a big garage door opened and a buggy like one of these drove out. They were going on a test drive. That's how they do it, right? Right off of the showroom floor. They'll drive right outside, do the test drive, and maybe make a sale. We definitely appreciate Hanksters Hot Rods for hosting this show. Obviously, we're not a VW-focused business, but no harm in that, right? There's room for all of them. So it's great to see a mixture of different makes and models here, including Volkswagens. No need to segregate ourselves in that way. Looks like a stock-ish motor here, single carb, 009 distributor. Put an alternator on this one. Oh, look at that. Look at the wooden back on this thing. I've never seen that before. That's pretty. Super nice. And the gauge cluster, these are like high-end things, right? And these are the nicer cars. There's just bugging. A little bit hopped up here. You see a couple of carbs on this guy, a nice Stinger exhaust. An oil filter down there that I would probably trip over, but that's cool. Another dual carb buggy. These dune buggy exhausts, have one of these on Dweezil. They'll make anything sound mean. They're fun. They're loud, and they're horribly inefficient, but they are super cool looking, and they work really well with a buggy or a Baja that doesn't have the rear clip on there. Okay, so let me know how you're liking this, right? We're mixing it up a little bit. It's not all VW stuff all the time. We can dip into some of these other things, and then we'll go right back out to our friends in the parking lot, take a look at some more VWs. So yeah, throw it in the chat. How do you like seeing maybe a Chevy Blazer or a GTO? We've got some of those in here too. Here's an Impala. It was a different time back then, wasn't it? They're built different. Beautiful car. You're right, Greg. I should have had to put my roller skates on. I imagine that would be frowned upon, especially if it was me on the roller skates. Used to be good at that back in elementary school, but I doubt I'm good at it anymore. There's another Chevy. Super pretty cars here. Yeah, it'd be great cinema for a little bit. I sure would hate to bump into one of these cars. Seems like vans are coming back. Custom vans and so on of the 70s and the 80s. Seeing more and more of those being restored. Let's check out what year this Mustang is. Anybody want to guess what year? Far from an expert here. Let's see. 65. I think 64 and a half was the first one, so this is early. Ah, well, thank you. That's very nice. Sold. I was going to say you could have it for 32 something, but somebody beat you to it. Got to be fast when they're like this, right? There's an El Camino. Fun fact, I used to have the Ford counterpart to the El Camino. Ford made the Ranchero for a longer amount of time than the Chevy El Camino. They started sooner. They stopped sooner also. 79, which was the year of my Ford Ranchero, was the last year. That particular year was on a Thunderbird chassis. That thing was a boat. It was like driving a couch. Let's see what year this one is here. 69, a little bit earlier. So for about 36, it could be yours. Lots of fun. So that's a car chassis, right? It's a truck body, but it's a car chassis. My hopes for mine, well, I bought it for $100, so it was one of those couldn't pass it up deals. My hopes for mine, since it was a full-size sedan chassis, was to do some towing with it, and it did okay, but it was still a car, right? So even with some helper shocks in it and some other treatments, it wasn't terribly well suited for the heavy towing that I was wanting to do at the time. So a truck's probably the better way to go if you want a truck for being a truck, but if you just want to grab some hardware store items or something, I think the Ute, as our Australian friends would call them, was a pretty cool idea. All right, do you see that on the left? There we are, late model Beetle here. Let's see what they have to say about this one. It's a brand new arrival, hasn't gone through inspection yet, so they're not ready to sell this one. But I'm sure a deal could be made. That's a late model. See the big turn signals on there, and of course the upright turn signals. This one is a little lowered, but not narrowed. Lowered in the rear as well. Big turn signals back here. So not the really late ones that are the huge round turn signals, but somewhere in the early 70s, I'd say. Later than my 68. It's got the vents back here. Those are known to be an entrance for water at times, and there's a lot of foam in here. They call it the death foam sometimes. You got to be careful of that. Removing all of that out of Dweezil was a lot of fun. It was amazing how much foam was all in this cavity. Now, what it does do is deaden some of the sound, and there's actually a passage that air can come from the engine into the cabin of the vehicle. So in Dweezil, I don't have any of that anymore, and I don't have any quarter panel covers, the panels on the inside, so I can smell the engine from the air coming through the car. I don't really mind it, but I doubt that would have been a good way to sell a car back in its day. I weren't really looking at them like projects and rambling wrecks at that time. Here's another Camaro. Yeah, check out the taillights, right? I don't know if you can see them, but that's just sweet. Yeah, I like these. Can't imagine a situation where I end up with one. Those 69 and 70 Camaros, somewhere in that area, really sweet cars. So how much would I have to save up? Worth every penny. This one says it has a 302. Z28 Camaro. Oh, I didn't catch the year. I'm getting giddy, guys. 69. Nice. Yeah, like the paint job too. You can have any color you want as long as it's black. I think that's a Henry Ford quote. Funny thing to say about a Chevy, but we'll go with it. I think I saw a GTO. Yeah, let's take a look at this GTO over here. So I asked my dad about GTOs a long time ago. I think he said that they drive like a log wagon. But I bet if you get it pointed straight, like I don't know, I've never driven one, but if you get it pointed straight and mash the gas, it'll move. Those were hot cars of their day. Thanks everybody for joining us. We got some more to look at. We'll be outside looking at VWs again here in a moment. Looks like the Blues Brothers are getting ready to play, so that's nice. This is a cool place. I think a lot of shops will open up and over-decorate to kind of get the look that this place is captured, but not necessarily have the business model behind it, and they don't last. But this place has been around. They know what they're doing. They've got it together. Another square body here. A couple of them. Cool trucks. I found a channel recently, just to mention a channel that I found that's kind of cool, right? No relationship, of course, or yet. A channel called Vice Grip Garage, if anybody's seen that. This guy is pretty amazing. His channel's grown really, really fast over the last few years, and you can tell that he works really hard at what he does, but he's a handy guy. He knows his way around this era of car, but he doesn't buy these. He buys ones that are pretty much used up and tries to drive them home. So sight unseen, he'll buy these things, show up, try and get them running, and try and get home. His videos are a little longer, so you'll want to save this for a time when you have some time to chill. But I found it really enjoyable to watch a few of those. I particularly liked the Model A video that he did some time ago. But kind of a neat channel. A lot of y'all probably already know about him, but I just recently found him myself, and that's Vice Grip Garage. A little bit off topic, no VW stuff on there, but like we're demonstrating here today, you can see some other things too. All right, so if anybody needs the bathroom, it's here. So we'll be waiting outside. So pretty cool idea for a hot rod shop. Probably one of the larger ones too. And you can see they've got a good idea that can support itself, stay open, and keep these classics alive. Before I go outside, I'm going to check in with the chat. Yeah, Greg says he knows that one. Oh, Greg, he's got a 69 Camaro convertible. Sweet. I'm a little afraid of convertibles, honestly. Um, I just think they're going to leak more often, and that's just one of those things that, you know, if you love the car, you figure it out. I usually look for hard tops myself. Not saying I'd ever pass up a convertible Camaro. All right, let's head outside. My friend here says that we're in good shape, so all right, we'll do that. One last look at Hanksters Hot Rods. Such a cool idea with the roller rink. Ah, yeah, good point, Greg. We get rain pretty much every day during the rainy season, as it's called. So that's about to crank up here pretty soon. That lasts all through summer into the fall, or when everybody else is experiencing fall in September. And then it slacks off late October. Thank you. We got some doggies. Gotta say hi to the doggies. Hi, doggy. Whoa. Hey there. Sweet doggies. Ooh, cameraman. Come on, Nick, cameraman. Hi. They're enjoying themselves. Nice. Y'all have a great day.
You too, sir.
All right, cool stuff. So we checked out Bulli Brigade. We checked out Hanksters Hot Rods. I don't think we saw this Jeep over here. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look at a couple of more here that we might have gone by a little fast, and then we'll wrap it up. But here's a cool double cab. Hey, Greg. Yeah, Tig is hanging out in the RV. Funny thing about Tig, he loves going for rides, and I like taking him with me. I think it'd be a lot to juggle with a live stream and all that, but this is something that I got to work on. He is not very fond of Dweezil. I think it has something to do with how loud it is. And there's a couple of other factors, like the seat's really small, so I don't think he's very comfortable on the seat in terms of being sure-footed, right? Everything else, he's used to having a lot of space or a bench seat or something. So yeah, he's not too big on Dweezil, and that's really disappointing, but I'm certainly not going to force him into anything, right? It's about having fun, and if he doesn't have fun, then yeah, we'll just have to figure that out. So yeah, Tig doesn't always go with me in Dweezil. So right now, he's chilling out
Looks like they're in
the RV. I still smell that electrical stuff. That's scary. All right, y'all. I think this is what we were going for, so thanks for joining me at Bulli Brigade here as our after party from the Dweezil video that just premiered. If you haven't seen that, definitely check that out. We finally got Dweezil to the coast. It was an interesting ride, to say the least, but we made it, and we're out again. We're in the same area again here at Daytona for the Noto VW Show weekend. Definitely check that out tomorrow over on Rob Stapleton's channel at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be a part of the stream, and a host of other personalities will be bringing the Noto VW Show to you. We were talking about what a cool idea it is for a show a little bit earlier, but not everybody gets to come to it, right? There's people all over the world that I'm sure would love to be at that show. So part of our effort is to make it possible for people from elsewhere to, somebody's trying to get in here. They're just waving at me over there like, hey, wake up, dummy. Thank you. There's people all over the world that would like to see that show, and so hopefully we're going to do a good job bringing it to them tomorrow at 11 a.m. But anyway, thanks everybody for being a part of the live stream today. Thanks for all the chats. It's great to be back on the horse again. We'll do it again tomorrow and more in the future. I'll see everybody again soon. I got